Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Reed, and today I'm gonna do a NFL mock draft because it's draft day. Finally, some sports are on today, so obviously this is not gonna be. It's gonna be like online type because obviously with the coronavirus, like the world's not normal right now. So thank God we got something to watch tonight. So yep. Uh, with the first pick, with the first pick with the in the NFL draft, the Bengals are gonna go with Joe Burrow out of LSU. So obviously it's been set in stone already that they're going to go Joe Burrow from LSU quarterback. The Bengals get their franchise quarterback, and let's move on to the second pick. With the second pick, I think the Washington Redskins are going to go with Chase Young. This one hasn't been set in stone yet, like with Joe Burrow, but I really think if the Redskins don't pick Chase Young here, it'll be pretty shocking. Unless they trade down, which I don't think they will. But yep. So the Redskins go with Chase Young. With the third pick, I think this obviously could be a trade down pick, but I don't think it's going to be a trade down pick. I think the Lions are going to stay put, and they're going to go with Jeffrey Okudah from Ohio State. Um, he at the combine, his footwork was incredible. He has ability for a lockdown corner, and he'll be a perfect placement for Darius Slay, who they traded to Philadelphia. And this is my team, the Giants. I think the Giants they desperately want to trade down. It's been said a couple days now. It's been rumored that they want to trade down, and I think they finally will. They're going to trade down with the Dolphins because I think the Dolphins want to just make sure they get their player. Um, so they're going to trade the fifth overall and the 39th overall to the Giants. I think the Giants are looking for a second round pick. That's the asking price, and I think they're going to get that. So the Giants get an extra second round pick, and they're probably going to get the player they're going to select anyway. So yep. So the Dolphins trade with the Giants, and they didn't jump the Chargers, but they make sure they the Chargers could trade up with the Giants, so they just make sure they get their player. They still got a bunch of draft capital left, and they go with Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback out of Alabama. Obviously, he has a lot of injury concerns, but I still think uh, the way he played in college, he was amazing. I know he had a lot of injury issues, and he had a lot of talent in Alabama, a lot of talent in Alabama. He had Judy, Ruggs, not to mention Harris, the running back. So obviously a lot of talent that's going to be in the NFL. So can he turn that around and be a successful quarterback in the NFL? We'll see. And now with the fifth pick, the Giants get their extra second round pick, and they will go with Jedrick Wills, tackle from Alabama. I know people will probably want Simmons here. I love Simmons. I think he'll be a terrific player, but I really think the Giants need to find their franchise left tackle to protect Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. And Jared Willis, guy's an absolute monster. You see some of his clips; he just pancakes people. He puts them to the ground, holds them down. He's a monster. I really think if they plug this guy in right away, he'll be a franchise tackle for the next 10 years. And now with the Chargers, they're gonna go with uh, Justin Herbert. Yeah, they missed out to attack Tagovailoa, but Herbert's a pretty good replacement. Um, I heard like they like Taron Taylor. I don't believe that, but honestly, if they want to start Taron Taylor at the beginning, they don't believe in Herbert yet. They want Herbert to learn for a little bit, and maybe in midseason Herbert starts. So they get their franchise quarterback Justin Herbert out of Oregon. With the seventh pick in the draft, the Panthers are going to go with. Uh, Honestly, it could be Isaiah Simmons or Derek Brown, but I think it's going to be Isaiah Simmons, linebacker from Clemson. Uh, you can say he's a linebacker. You can say he's a safety. He can play, and he played corner too for the Clemson. He plays three positions. He's pretty good at all three. Um, but people say he could be a pass rusher too. But this is a problem. Can he transform that? Yeah, he was terrific in college, but can he transfer that four positions and be great in the NFL? Like, can he play all four positions in the NFL? That's pretty tough to do. in the NFL. Pretty good doing college, but can he do that? I don't. I just think he should stay to one position, or maybe even two, and be just focus on one position. Because sometimes if you try to focus on multiple positions, it doesn't translate to success in the NFL. That's just my opinion. With the eighth overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals are going to select. They can go Derek Brown here, or they can go with a tackle here. But I think they're going to go with the best player available in Derek Brown. Um, Obviously, I don't like taking a nose tackle this early in the draft, but this guy is more than a nose tackle. He's athletic. He can even pass. He can even like be a pass rusher sometimes. Really big for his size, but very quick for his size. Um, Obviously, he was a terrific run stopper in Bama in Auburn. So, yep, they're going to go with Derek Brown with the eighth overall pick. Uh, the Jaguars here. Um, I have a trade here. I have the Cowboys trading up with the Jacksonville Jaguars here. I think wait, where Jaguars. The Cowboys are going to give up the 17th pick, their second round pick, and their third round pick for 2021 for the ninth overall pick, and they jump all these other teams for the corner of C.J. Henderson. Just think about it. The Cowboys just lost Brian Jones. Um, so their corners are obviously weak. They need a corner, and next year they have a lot of free agents in the secondary. Have Uzi is a free agent. Jordan Lewis is a free agent. Anthony Brown's a free agent. So, and plus they still got the Dak issue they got to solve. So obviously they have a lot of cap, but they need to. They're probably not signing all three of those players back. So if you get a guy like C.J. Henderson, uh, who's terrific in coverage, I think. He yeah. So like he's a terrific player. He's athletic, supposed to shut down corner. So he's tremendous upside. So he could be a shutdown corner for Dallas, like the next Brian Jones, who they couldn't resign, who went to Miami. So they get a corner to replace Brian Jones. They did give up a lot, but I don't think Henderson would have been there at 17. With the 10th pick in the NFL draft, I think the Browns are going to go with Andrew Thomas. They signed Jack Conklin out of free agency. So now you get your left tackle and Andrew Thomas, and now all of a sudden you have one of the best lines in the NFL. Um, Obviously, you have Beckham, Landry, Chubb, Hunt. I think Baker Mayfield will have a nice year. I just think the head coach of Freddie Kitchens, they didn't work well. I believe in Baker. I think Baker's going to be a good quarterback. So, yep, they get their franchise tackle, hopefully, and Andrew Thomas for them. With the 11th overall pick, the New York Jets are going to go with I think they're going to go with CD Lamb. I think they like CD Lamb better than Judy and Ruggs. Obviously, CJ Lamb is terrific in going up and catching that ball. He's a big receiver. Um, I think yeah, right. He's a yeah, quick releases off the line of scrimmage. Gets up. Obviously, was terrific for Oklahoma, and they definitely need a wide receiver because they lost Robbie Anderson, and yep, they get CD Lamb, probably a better replacement than Robbie Anderson. Now with the Raiders, they desperately need wide receivers, so I think you're going to go with Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama. Obviously, Jerry Judy's probably a um, better route runner than CD Lamb, but people said Jerry Judy could drop because he had a surgery. I forgot what it was on, but he had a surgery in 2018. I don't think it's going to affect him that bad. So the Raiders go with Jerry Judy, RC about Alabama. I'm sorry if I'm trying to be a little quiet. It's only 10 o'clock and people are sleeping still, so that's why I'm talking really quiet. And now with the 13th pick, the 49ers, they got this pick for trading DeForest Buckner. They got this from the Colts, and I think they're going to go with Harry Ruggs. I think three wide receivers go right away. I think Harry Ruggs will fit tremendously in that Shanahan offense. He's a quick, like Tyreek Hill type quick receiver. Um, like I said, he's quick. He runs routes really quickly, and that's what Shanahan likes. And They lost Emmanuel Sanders, so this will be a perfect replacement. So you have a core of Samuel and Ruggs. I think that's pretty good. And obviously, I think they can find a replacement for Buckner. Really easy. With the 14th pick, the Bucks, who had a tremendous offseason, they get a tackle. They get Tristan Wirfs from Iowa. Obviously, they got Tom Brady. They just recently got Gronk yesterday, so they could use line help. So why not get Tristan Wirfs? Every team probably needs O line, except the Cowboys maybe, but every team needs O line. So yep, the Bucks get a nice tackle there. Uh, the Broncos now. Who do the Broncos really need? I'm sorry, but they could use a wide receiver, which all the receivers are kind of gone. They can use a corner. Okay, so they can use Kinlaw or Becton, but I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go Mikal Becton. Um, O line at Louisville. Obviously, he failed a drug test to Louis Stample. I don't think that's gonna affect him that bad. He might drop a little bit, but I think this would be a perfect spot for him. 15th Broncos Becton. They get a big tackle. He's probably my fourth favorite. He's probably my least favorite tackle out of all of them, just because he's super big. And I'm sorry, I got PTSD still from Eric Flowers. Uh, will that translate in the NFL? Like, can he? I obviously it's not his fault, but I don't know. It's just he's my least favorite tackle, but I still think he can have success in the NFL. And now with the 16th pick, they have the Atlantic Falcons. Um, um, I can see a trade down here. I don't know. What? I think they're gonna go with they need a D tackle, right? Yeah. Well, they don't really need a tackle actually, but they do need a corner. But I think all the corners are gone because that's why the Cowboys jumped up. They obviously could have took in Henderson, but so they go with uh I think you're gonna go with Javon Linkoff, the best player available. Obviously, you get him in there with uh McKinley and sorry I couldn't think of his name, McKinley, and you have a pretty solid D line there. And for the Jaguars, I think you're gonna go. I think they're gonna trade. They're probably gonna trade um uh, Ngakwe. So they probably need pass rush. So they're gonna go with AJ Espinoza from Iowa. It's the pick they got. So yep, they get a nice pass rusher to probably um replace Ngakwe. Now with the 18th pick, I think that the Dolphins go Austin Jackson, not the baseball player, but the O tackle. So you have to get Austin Jackson now. Um, obviously they're going to need O line help to protect Tua Tagovailoa. They could use a receiver, but I think they have so much draft capital. Still, even trading that second round pick, they still got another first round pick here. So yep, they got an old tackle there from um, Southern California. And now with the Raiders pick here, um, I I really think the Raiders could use two receivers here, but I feel like they're going to go with I know that they're gonna go with two receivers. They definitely need receivers. So in this draft, they come away with Judy and Jefferson. Pretty good draft there for the Raiders. I I think they're not gonna go quarterback. People say they're gonna replace Carr, but I kind of like Carr. I like Derek Carr, so I think they're gonna give him one more chance. And if he doesn't do good, go with Trevor Lawrence next year. With the 20th pick, I think the Jaguars are gonna go with Devontae Swift because I do think they're gonna trade Leonard Fournette because just the way he's been acting, like trying to like say it. Minshew's not ready, but like you don't talk bad about your quarterback like that. Just my opinion. But yeah, I think they will trade him eventually, so they're gonna go with Devontae Swift here, running back out of Georgia. Uh, the Bengals, sorry, the Eagles. I think the Eagles are gonna I think they could use a receiver, but so they're gonna go with Denson Mills here out of Baylor. Obviously, they could have traded up for a receiver. They could have traded up with the maybe like the Browns here to jump the Jets, but I don't. Maybe they should have done that, but I don't know. I think they could. they could do that, but I think they're going to stick for 21 and pick Denzel Mims and get a solid wide receiver there from Baylor. Now here I got another trade here. I got the Saints jump in the Patriots for Jordan Love here. So I had the Saints jumping. I think they're going to give up a the 88th pick here. They're jumping they're going to jump the Patriots for Jordan Love. I really feel like the Saints should really find their next quarterback. I think Drew Brees Drew Brees is was a little washed. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't Drew Brees like. So let's say like he doesn't do great next year. They get Jordan Love here, who I think is like another Daniel Jones kind of thing. Like he wasn't at a big school. Utah State's not a big school. Really don't have NFL talent around, like NFL wide receivers, like NFL talent wide receivers in Utah State. So let's see what he does I think in New Orleans. I mean, obviously they signed Emmanuel Sanders. They got Michael Thomas. So yeah, so they get their franchise. Hopefully for them, they get their franchise quarterback in Jordan Love. And the reason why they did that was to jump the Patriots, because I think they could have went Jordan Love too. But so they jumped the Patriots for Jordan Love. So I think the Patriots are going to go with Kendon Murray here to replace Kyle Van Noy. Obviously, Ken Murray's a big linebacker, can fit their system. Honestly, Belichick, they lost Brady, but I really feel like the Patriots still going to go like 7-9, 8-8. But hey, it was a great run. They're probably soon in a rebuild because they lost Brady. Um, I really feel like a rebuild wouldn't be bad. They had a tremendous run, 6 Super Bowls. Good for them. I know a lot of people hate them. I don't hate the Patriots. They had a great run. It's not like they got Brady like cheating. They picked him in the 6th round, and they had a great run. Now with the Vikings, now they get back to back 1st round picks, and they get an extra 3rd round pick out of it. They're gonna go with Gross Matos here, pass rusher out of Penn State. Obviously, they lost a lot of players. They cut a lot of people. They lost Everson Griffin, so this will be a perfect replacement for Everson Griffin, Gross Matos. And with the 25th pick, I feel like who do the Vikings really need? Like I don't follow the Vikings, but they could use a corner. They could use a receiver, but all the receivers are gone. They got safety here. You know what? Just get a tackle. Get Cleveland from Boise State. He could use a little help on the footwork, but I really feel like he's gonna be a great. He could be good for the Vikings. Hopefully, he'll be a nice franchise tackle for them. The Dolphins here. The Dolphins obviously they had a great offseason getting Byron Jones, and I feel like they're gonna go Chase on here, Chasen, linebacker from LSU. Um, Obviously he could be a pass rusher too for the Dolphins, so good pick there. Now you have Seattle here. Um, I feel like Seattle could use a lineman here. They can do everything use lineman, but I feel like they're gonna go with Jalen Johnson here, cornerback out of Utah. Uh, so they could use a corner. A lot of injuries last year for them too, so they got a nice corner there in Jalen Johnson. Now the Ravens here. I really think they wanted Kenan Murray here, but the Patriots got him, so I feel like they're gonna go with Patrick Queen here, another lineman out of linebacker out of LSU. Um, so yeah, they got a nice linebacker there. Titans, I think they're gonna go with they lost Jack Cotland in free agency, so they're going to replace him with Isaiah Wilson. Obviously, losing a lineman like that sucks because linemen are so valuable in the NFL. So hopefully they get a nice replacement here in Isaiah Wilson out of Georgia. And now with the Packers here, I feel like who can they use? Packers, they can use a wide receiver, a lineman here, but I feel like they're going to go with AJ Terrell, corner out of Clemson. They could use a corner. Now hit the 49ers. I think you're going to go with, like I said, like they have a stacked defense, but why not try to stack that even more with Xavier McKinney? Obviously, he could play corner too, safety. So they get a nice safety there in McKinney. I don't think they hit major need, but like, why not? Like, you know, it's always good to have depth in the secondary. Always in the NFL. And with the Chiefs, they could use a running back. They could use Jonathan Taylor, but Damon Williams is good. Damon Williams is really good for the Chiefs. I feel like they trust him, and I don't think they're going to go running back. I think they're going to go with who could they use? Obviously, they won the Super Bowl, and they can use a corner. So I feel like they're going to go with McFullen here. Sorry, Fullen here, Christian McFullen, corner out of LSU. So they get a corner, and obviously they're obviously Super Bowl contenders again. Now we're in the second round now, uh, second round in the NFL draft, and I feel like the Giants are going to trade up here. Where the Bengals at? They're going to trade with the Bengals. They're going to give up the 36. They're going to get to 33, and they're going to give up a fourth, 22, and the 110th pick in the draft. And they're gonna maybe they ask for more. I'm not sure. I think that's a pretty fair trade. So the Giants trade with the Bengals, and they get Cesar Ruiz, a center out of Michigan. Obviously, the Giants could use a center. Um, so in this draft, the Giants really get they get Wills, and now they get Ruiz. They're really getting help for that line. So now with the Colts here, the Colts. Sorry, second round, they kind of tough. Like now, you don't really need. They could use a quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised they use like they get like Jalen Hurts here maybe. I know it'll be a reach, but who knows? But I think they're gonna go with Trayvon Diggs here, the brother of Stephon Diggs. Always good to have a corner, and they get a good corner there, Trayvon Diggs. Now the Lions here. They drafted Akuda, so I think they're gonna go with they can use a tackle, right, D line tackle. I feel like they're gonna go with Ross Blacklock here. Uh, get a nose tackle. This is I don't mind picking nose tackles just for late. So yeah, and now with the Bengals now here are going to go with Josh Jones, a tackle out of Houston. Obviously, they're going to get Jonah Williams back. So with Joe Burrow, you're going to need to protect him. You have weapons. You got AJ Green, Tyler Boyd. So I really don't feel like you need weapons. Hopefully, AJ Green stays healthy for once. I feel like he will. So with Joe Burrow, now you need to protect him. So now you have Josh Jones, Jonah Williams. So let's hope he's protected because obviously, if he's not going to be great in the NFL if he's getting sacked every time. Now with the Chargers here, I feel like the Chargers could use a safety here, right? Or not a safety, a guard. I mean, every guard's gone. They don't really need a massive help here. They got Herbert already, so I know this is a major reach here, but Matt Perk here, a lot of people have him like early, like well actually they're gonna go like um they're gonna go with Matt Henson here, center out of a Temple. So they get a center here to protect Herbert. You know how all the people pick quarterbacks are getting offensive line now. Now with the Panthers here, they could use receiver. They just signed Robbie Anderson out of free agency. I mean, they got Simmons. So what can they use here? What can they use? So I don't follow all these teams. So they can use a corner. They can use a T tackle here. They can use a lot of help here. But I think I'm gonna go with Grant Demplet here. Obviously, his stock massively dropped. If he really, I mean, like he was supposed to be. If he declared last year's draft, he could have been a top 15 pick. But he really struggled tackling last year, so that's why he dropped really far. But I feel like one bad year, so I feel like the Panthers are getting great value here in Demplet here. So yep. And now this is the pick the Giants got from the Dolphins, and they can who they and I think they're gonna go with I think they need a pass rusher here. So they're gonna go with Okora, uh, Okora here from Notre Dame. Obviously a pass rusher, and hopefully they can fit that pass rush here. Or I could see the Giants here trading this 39th pick and maybe like a third round pick for next year for a Gakwe. But I feel like the Jaguars are asking for too much for a Gakwe. So I think the Giants stay away from him. I feel like that's just a really bad situation in Jacksonville right now. And who knows, maybe they will trade for him. And now with the Texans here, who've just been really weird this offseason, trade DeAndre Hopkins here. I feel like they're gonna go with they try to get another wide receiver here in Rigor from TCU. So they traded Hopkins, but they got Cooks, they got Rigor now, they got Stills, they still got a solid wide receiver core. But I still don't understand why they traded Hopkins. And now with the Browns here, I think they're gonna go with Hamler here. Obviously, now you have Odell, Landry, and now Hamler. Hamler, who could be your kick returner too. So obviously that's gonna be great for them. Jaguars here. They're gonna go with Michael Pittman here. They can use a receiver. So they got Pittman now. I know people say like they don't like picking wideouts from Southern California, which I don't understand like why I hate the college. I know like none of them really came that well, but I really feel like it's fine. I don't hate it. Now the Bears here. This is the Bears' first selection here in the draft. They don't have a first round pick. They're gonna go with they're probably who they need like uh old linebacker, corner. They could use a receiver. So they're gonna go with they don't need a pass rusher. Damn. Pick a receiver. It's always good to have receivers. T Higgins. Um, you know they really don't need a need here, but maybe they trade down. But T Higgins here, wide receiver out of Clemson, and now with the Colts here, I feel like the Colts are gonna go with They already picked Trayvon Diggs. They could use they can use the second round picks to trade in the first round, but they're gonna go with Zach Bond here, linebacker out of Wisconsin. Now the Bucks here, who have a terrific offseason, they're getting another player here. I think they're gonna go with Joshua Lynch here, uh, lineman out of Michigan. So yep. Now the Broncos here, I feel like they're gonna go with they don't need a wide receiver, they don't need a corner. I mean they don't need a running back. So they're gonna go with Winfield here, Winfield Jr. to get secondary help. I mean they can always use help in the secondary. They have a terrific wide receivers, running backs, and Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay. So yep. And now with the Falcons here, the Falcons they selected Todd Gurley, but they traded Devontae Freeman. So obviously Todd Gurley literally has arthritis. The rumors he had arthritis in his knee. So he's obviously what if he doesn't produce? So I feel like they're gonna go with a terrific value here in Jonathan Taylor, running back out of Wisconsin here. Terrific value here. Who could have been a first round pick? They get him in the mid seconds. So yeah, the Jets here. I feel like they're gonna go with Tyler Duggar here. No. Marvin Davison here. Sorry, they have Jamal Adams and mate. They're gonna go Marvin Davison here. Get a pass rusher. So it's always good that pass rush. So you have to go with a pass rusher. Now Pittsburgh here. They could use a running back. They could use a safety. They could use a quarterback. But I feel like they're gonna go with a corner here in Noah. I'm not even trying to say that name, but he's obviously a tremendous corner. Could be a first rounder, but I feel like they're gonna go with this corner at Auburn. Now with the Bears second round pick. Now they have 2 seconds, and they could try to use those seconds to get in the first. I feel like 2 seconds can translate to a first round pick, but they're gonna go with who I'm sucking up right here. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go Tyler Duggar here, safety out of some school. That's probably a small school. So yeah, they you can always use secondary help. Now this is the Jaguars pick they used to um they used to get from the Cowboys. They got from the Cowboys. They're gonna go with who can they use here? They could use a quarterback, but I feel like they like Minshew, so I'm gonna go with who do they pick already? They picked Pittman, so I'm gonna go. They're gonna go with uh Gladden, TCU. They could use a corner, obviously. Duh, they need a corner for Jalen Jalen Ramsey. So I feel like the Jaguars are killing this draft right now. They got Espinoza, they got Devontae Swift now, so I feel like they're comfortable trading Leonard Fournette now. They got Pittman and they got Gladden now, and now with the who can use a really? I feel like there could be a trade here. Who can really use a running back here? Okay, I feel like there's gonna be a trade here. The Chiefs are gonna trade with the Rams. They're gonna trade the 63rd, the 96th, and a fourth, and they're gonna get that, and they're gonna trade up and get J.D. Dobbins, running back out of Ohio State. Obviously, Damon Harrison to J.D. Dobbins, that could be deadly duo for the Chiefs, and he fell to 52, so I think the Chiefs jump on it. So and they trade for J.D. Dobbins here, and now with the Eagles here, I feel like they're gonna go. Well, they could use another corner. They could use another wide receiver here, and Brandon Okuke here. But I feel like they're gonna go with who can they use here? They can use it. They had so many injuries last year. It was hard to show their true potential here. They could use a corner. So, but there's no corners here. So well, they could use a pass rush here in Curtis Weaver. It's always good that pass rush to have Derek Burnett and now Curtis Weaver from the other side. Now with the Bills, I feel like they could use Curtis Weaver. They could use pass rush. They traded their first round pick for Stephon Diggs, so they're gonna go with Wake Raekwon Davis. Do they need a? Hang on. Yeah, they could use a. So they're gonna go Raekwon Davis here to help that D line out. Obviously, the Bills they're probably gonna win the division this year, so they get help with Raekwon Davis there. So this is 32 minutes. I really need to hurry up here. Uh, our now Ravens here. They're gonna go with who can they use here? Who can the Ravens use? They can use a guard here. They can use a lineman here. So they're gonna go with Jordan Brooks here, Texas Tech. Damn it. Well, I accidentally did that by accident, but the Dolphins could actually use another tackle. So I accidentally did that by accident, but maybe they should use that guy. I didn't mean to hit that. I was trying to hit Jordan Brooks. I hit two by accident, and you can't redo. But they could honestly use another tackle. Obviously, their tackles haven't been great. They obviously need to protect their franchise quarterback in Tua because obviously he has a lot of injuries. So yeah. So now with the Rams here, I feel like the Rams could use a running back here after trading Todd Gurley. I know they got the what's his name? He's escaping right now. It's not Singletary. What's his name? Sorry, he's escaping right now. But he's a running back. He's losing. He can be a tremendous running back. If someone's watching this, who's the Rams running back? Oh, he's losing my name right now. I don't want to look it up, but they obviously have a running back here, so they can use another running back here in Edwards here. I'm just sorry. Now I want to figure it out. What's his name? Um, sorry. What's his name? I think it starts with a D. I'll look it up. I'll say in the comments, but he's not in my head right now. So now with the Vikings here, with their second round pick, I feel like they're going to go with Brandon Oke here. Obviously he lost Stephon Diggs, but they still got Adam Thielen here. So you plug this guy in, and you still got a nice wide receiver core with Thielen and Cook. So yep. Now with the Seattle here, I feel like they're going to go with Cole Clement here. They lost Jimmy Graham, so they could use a tight end here. So I feel like they're going to go with Clement here. And now with the Ravens, they got 2 seconds. Yeah, they do. They got 2 seconds. Good for them. I feel like they're going to go with Jeremy Chin here. He can play multiple positions here. He can play linebacker too. So they got Jeremy Chin here. Just they get a nice secondary. Now Titans, I feel like they're going to go with Justin. I'm not even trying to say that name. Mambuki. Or Bouquet. Obviously, they can use D tackle here. So that'll be a nice player there. Packers, they're going to go with Laviska Shenault. They can obviously use a wide receiver here. And Laviska Shenault fell to them, and that fell to the left there. That's a perfect selection. That's an A+ selection for me if he's there at 62. And now with the Rams here, they traded Brandon Cooks, so they get Gabriel Davis, wide receiver out of UCF. Pretty good selection there. They got that pick from the Chiefs. And now with the last pick in the second round, I'm not gonna do the third round or the I'm not gonna do all the freaking. It'll be an hour long if I do all the rounds. But with the Seattle here, I feel like they're gonna go with tackle here, Prince. Yep, that's with where are they? With Prince Tega Awuko. So yep, here are the full results. If you, I'm gonna go through it real quick. Here it is. Here's my mock draft. If you just want to see it, skip the end of the video. So obviously, thank God we have something to watch tonight. If you watch this whole thing, thanks for watching, and peace out. Thanks for watching.